Uh, uh, um, fuck. I need to think of a subject. Alright, uh, let's talk about anime. Sure, let's talk about anime. I like to talk of anime. You know, anime is probably a great conversation starter whenever you are me. Because it's fucking anime. If you don't like anime, then, well, you're probably not inside of my age group, then, more than likely. But, I enjoy anime. I would say anime is more of a violent tone to cartoons. You know, it's rare whenever you see that form of violence in a cartoon. And I like it. I like it. I enjoy the whole different form of violence inside of a cartoonish realm. You know? Like, alright, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z isn't really the most intense, violent, you know, anime there is possible, but it does get pretty brutal occasionally. Like, you know, they just go at it with crazy intense speed non-stop for fucking like what feels like several weeks because of the episodes and long it fucking how long the battles are. Oh my god. That's one thing I can say I didn't like about Dragon Ball Z is they did end up going through like several episodes just for like one Kamehameha. You know, and I know that eventually they made it to where, you know, Goku can do like a Kamehameha in a quick jolt. And then it became like Kamehameha times like 100 and, you know, 1,000 whenever he's like Super Saiyan God or some bullcrap. But I ended up losing interest in the whole universe of Dragon Ball Z around the time whenever Goku was fighting Cell? I think it was around the time whenever he was fighting Cell, yeah. But, you know, I want to get back into watching Dragon Ball Z. Like, I've been watching it like occasionally for like the last couple weeks. I've been watching it on Toonami like Saturday nights, and you know it was nice having Toonami back because it just brought back all the good memories of anime. Like, I love the fact whenever they sat there and they played Bleach and Inuyasha and fucking Fooly Cooly and Cowboy Bebop and fucking all this crazy intense bullshit. Fuck, even what the fuck was it? Samurai Champloo? Like that was a pretty decent anime. You know, there's all these amazing animes out there that they ended up playing back then that now just people ignore. You know, I'm pretty sure alright, people who have watched anime probably know what Inuyasha and, you know, everything I've actually said so far. But I've been trying to watch more of a newer, like, stature of anime. For example, like, I've watched most of the Parasite seasons, or series. I'm pretty sure I stopped around the part... I actually didn't watch it while it came out, like, while it's been in English, but I ended up watching it, like, a few months beforehand, before they even announced that they were gonna play it in English, and, I ended up watching it in the Japanese version, you know, and had English subtitles. And honestly, I would say that just it makes the experience that much better because, you know, you sit there and you feel the emotion of it because that's how they were portrayed, like that's how it's supposed to be, you know? But as it went on, I eventually started to lose interest in it. It got to the point of where he met up with this one character guy who's like this beefy, like parasite guy who's controlled by like several different parasites that were like once on one brain. So there's like one parasite that's his leg, one that's his other leg, one that's his arm, one that's his other arm, and one that's his head. And it just gets all crazy because he's like so fucking like intensely fast and intensely strong. It's outrageous. But I don't understand why I lost interest in it, because now that I talk about it, it makes me want to watch it again. But I'll probably honestly just wait until it comes out in English. Yeah, more than likely I'll probably just watch it whenever it comes out in English, because I'm too lazy for that. Too lazy. You know, it sucks having to go on the internet and look up different animes, because, you know, I don't have Hulu anymore. So, but back to different kinds of animes. I also have watched the whole like thing of Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is a pretty decent anime, you know. Has to deal with sort of, how do I put it? They're like these people that are like genetically enhanced to where they're just overly powerful, and they gain power through drinking human blood. And well, if they drink someone else's blood, like they drink another ghoul's blood, then they start to become like this overly uncontrollable, powerful ghoul, which is crazy. It's probably the most craziest thing. And whenever you watch the first season, I would highly recommend this anime if you haven't watched it, by the way. But whenever you watch it, you know, it starts off with this little like whiny character, and he's basically constantly getting bullied, and he's a bitch. He's a little bitch. You know, and whenever he gets the ability to do all this stuff where he can beat up people and fight back, he doesn't take it, and he decides to be... He doesn't like to use it because he doesn't know how to control it, and it scares him. Because the ghoul's powers that he has is some crazy psychotic bitch. But it gets way more like in depth with it, and whenever the first season, literally like within the last episode of the first season, is whenever the kid starts getting badass and starts, you know, fucking people's day up. Like, he goes outrageously crazy on this guy. He just makes this guy literally his complete and total bitch. And after that, the second season comes in, and he's just this emotionless douche that doesn't give a fuck about anybody else but himself. And oddly enough, he still tries to give a fuck about other people, but doesn't, I guess. You know, at one point, he leaves all of his friends and completely, like, forgets about them and joins this crazy-ass gang in this highly populated ghoul area to kill ghouls, to train himself, to be able to protect them. But yet, at the same time, while this is happening, everyone is getting fucked up in this area, so he should have just stayed there in the first place, but didn't. So now you're sitting here with a bunch of people dying everywhere, and this guy's just training to protect the people that are dying. It gets really fucked up, I guess. But I would recommend watching it. You know, if you have the time to watch it, watch the fuck out of it, because you, more than likely, if you enjoy violence and you enjoy some, not a lot, but some sexual humor, then you'll enjoy it. You know, I personally, if I'm watching an anime, I'm not gonna sit there and have some sexual like bullshit like I don't fucking know. I can't name off any sexual animes because half of them I don't even watch. But like, you see all these things that are like, oh, titties, titties, titties. Let's laugh about titties every single fucking scene, and vaginas and all this shit. Sometimes, you know, an occasional boob joke or vagina joke, that's funny. That's funny, you know, like 1, maybe 2 every season-ish, maybe every few episodes. That's fine, but whenever you do it like dozens of times every episode, it gets a little overdone. And it's like, it's just not funny. It's just not funny at all. You know? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But if you guys have any recommendations for any animes, like, for an example, like, find an anime that has to do with like a mixture of Blue Exorcist-ish, maybe Sword. I liked Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online was probably one of the better animes that has to, oddly enough, do with gaming. And I think that's the reason why I liked it so much, was just because it had to do with gaming. But if you find like an anime that has to deal with anything sort of like that, you know, type down in the comments below. Fuck, even just write me a suggestion of different animes that you would love for me to watch and fucking talk about. Because, hell, I wouldn't even care if you started talking about some random ass anime that I know of down in the comments. I would even talk to you about them. You know? I like getting into conversations with subscribers, because it makes it so that way there's more of a like personal there's more of like a personal tone between the subscriber and the subscribee. Well, the YouTuber, I guess. You know? Like, I don't want to sit there and be completely clueless on what you guys enjoy. I want to know, what the fuck do you guys enjoy? What do you want to hear me talk about? Because I'm willing to talk about any goddamn thing that comes to mind. And if I like it, sure, I'll fucking talk about it. I'll talk the living shit out about it. So, if you have any recommendations for any animes, or honestly, even any websites that I can go to view some animes, feel free to comment below. Just throw in some suggestions. I would love to, I would just love to hear them. So, yeah. But, since it wasn't really a very long rant, but more than likely, I don't know, I don't really have anything else coming to mind right now, so I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching these episodes of me just talking about random ass bullshit. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, feel free, do whatever your heart desires. You know, I'm not complaining. And